Welcome back. So we're on the next bit of your study guide. We're still solving the word problems on the back. So let's see. So I have the first one set up, number 10 that is. We have the two hikes. I made hike 1x and hike 2y. I have it set up, and this is the beautiful part about the adventure question. It's set up and ready to go. Something cancels immediately. But the irony is this is a highly missed question every year. You're like, but why? Because people are visual learners and they fight it. You're a visual learner. Most young people are. Accept it. Take your sweet time. Don't fight it, okay? So I'm gonna draw my line. This is set up for elimination already. I'm a visual learner. I'm gonna throw that one in. My Y's cancel. If you had a yogurt, you ate the yogurt, you ain't got no yogurt. They're canceled. You had a yogurt, you ate the yogurt, no yogurts. The Y's cancel. But the X's don't, and this is the number one area where kids make a mistake. 1x plus one more x. If you have an X and you get another X, think of X as something that you're gonna relate to like a Xbox. If you got an Xbox and then someone else bought you another Xbox, well, you now have two Xboxes, right? So you're gonna have two X's equals, and then you're gonna have to add this up. So 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, ooh, 100. We're gonna divide it by 2, and X is 50. Ooh, that first hike, X, is 50 miles. Wowzers. No thank you, my hip would fall off. Now we need to find out what was hike number 2. So we're gonna use that top equation, although you can use whatever equation you'd like. I like the one with the plus, it's just easier to use. I'm gonna plug in what I know about Mr. X, and then I'm gonna solve for Mr. Y. 22-mile hike, cool. Perfect, 10 points right there. Next, we have the coffee shop question. Now again, this is set up for eliminate. We know that because things are beautiful and lined up. So I want something to eliminate. I want something to cancel. So negative 12 would work nicely if I wanted to multiply through on the top of the negative 12, because the opposite of positive 12 is a negative. My other option would be a negative 8 right here. That would cancel nicely. Now I shared that the one you should use is the one that's closest to 0 on a number line if you were to look at a number line. So if you think about negative 8 and negative 12, which one's closest to 0? That would in fact be negative 8. So we're going to use negative 8 here. I'm going to multiply through using what we call the distributive process. And I'm going to rewrite it under the one that I never touched. I see that my t's cancel. If you had 8 turtles and 8 turtles slowly ran away, you would have no turtles, right? And then if you have 12 cats and 8 ran away, well, you're a horrible cat owner. You only have 4. Go look for the other ones. So you have 4 cats. And then you got to do some math here. It looks like 80 to me, okay? So 720 minus 640 is 80. I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and Colombian will be 20 kilograms. 20 kilograms. So hopefully you got 20. Now we need to solve for the other one, because that's only Colombian. Remember, C for Colombian, T for Turkish. So we're going to find the other one. I would use that top equation. Well, it's just easier to use. So we know that C is 20. We're going to plug that Yahoo back in. Hey Miller, there's so many steps. How do I get good at this? Practice. If there was a cheater way of doing that, don't you think I'd show it to you? In life, practice. There's no way to get good at some of this unless you practice. You have to literally sit down, dig deep, practice. Same thing if I was your soccer coach and I said, honey, you got to work on your corner kicks. Your corner kicks aren't that great. That implies that I, as your coach, want you to go onto the pitch, out on the field, and practice corner kicks. And I want you to practice it a few days. Because if you don't practice your corner kicks aren't going to get better. If you struggle with word problems, it's not going to get better if you do nothing about it, if you just ignore them, right? Put your head in the sand. That won't work. You got to practice. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to do the last one. That's that age question. Now this one is not set up for eliminate. This one's definitely set up for substitution. And we're going to talk about why. Well, if you look at the last 4 that we've just done, they've all lined up beautifully. Like an X on top of an X, or the Turkish on top of Turkish, or the desks on top of desks, right? Everything was nicely aligned with the vertical method, the addition method, also known as the eliminate method. This is a whole nother ball game, friends. So let's set it up. Beautiful. Cool beans. Okay. So we're going to write those over on the equation part. And N for Nicole and P for Mr. Payton. My lovely kiddos. Now this one is not lined up. Like, I don't really see the ends lined up. If the equal signs are lined up, everything is kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's not working. So could you tweak it and rewrite it and force it to be that method? You definitely could, but I'm not going to show that on this video. I'm a firm believer in look at the way it's set up and do it that way. If something's set up for graphing and you got graph paper and the numbers are small, graph. If everything's aligned, use eliminate. If it looks cuckoo like this, use substitution. That's probably going to be your best technique. So Nicole is something. Nicole is something. Nicole will always be equal to this. So when I see Nicole, I can replace it with this. So I'm going to drop this information down here. That means instead of Nicole being there, I'm literally going to replace the N with what I know about N. She can be replaced with that information because they are equivalent. They're igualmente, so they're the same. Now, once I get to this, I'm going to solve this, and it's going to give me my H for Payton. Now, I got stuff going on both sides. I'm going to clean up this side. So I'm going to take the parentheses off as they're not needed. I just did that for protection. So I have Payton, and 20 plus 3 is 23. This side we have a really small distribution problem. 2 times P is 2P, and 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to draw my barrier line because I want letters on one side and numbers on the other. I have a single Payton here, and I have 2 Paytons there. Gosh forbid there be more than one on my Payton. Huh? Ooh, that's a lot, even just to think about. Okay, I'm going to minus 1P from both sides. Bloop, bloop. Because we move things by opposites. If I have 2 Payton and 1 runaway, I'm left with a single Payton. And I'm going to minus 6 on both sides. So Payton will be 17 years old. What a great age, 17. My Payton is not 17, he's 24. So, and now Nicole, I need to find out my Nicole's age. Well, I'll use this top equation. Some of you can probably do some mental math here. Others of you, like me, you're a visual learner. You're going to rewrite one of the 2 originals, and then you're going to plop in what you know about Miss Nicole. Nicole is 17 plus 20 more. Nicole is 37. Cool. We have now done the entire study guide. 9 questions, 10 points each for 90 points. No, I did not go over questions 1, 2, and 3, but those are done for you because I sent you the answer key, and they're pretty self-explanatory. So read through my answer key, and you can do 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, 1, 2, and 3 are just extra credit. You can absolutely leave them blank on test day, and just do the 9 that I've reviewed. So please study. This will take study. Okay, you can re-watch these videos. You can slow them down. You can stop. You can redo stuff. That's the beauty of my YouTube channel. You have access to these videos anytime you want to watch them, anytime you're feeling good, anytime you got 15 minutes here or there, you can watch another video and do a little bit of math. Again, practice makes perfect. All throughout life, practice makes perfect. You want to get better at something, you got to practice it. Period. Okay. Good luck to you all. Stay healthy. If you got COVID and you're at home, rest. I promise I will get you caught up. We'll develop a plan to get you caught up when you come back. Okay? So don't stress. If you're not ready for the test on Thursday, Friday, you don't take the test on Thursday, Friday. Okay? You're good. Okay. Take care. Bye.